¿cómo estás?
Hello.
Aquí estamos de nuevo, Noelia y yo. Estamos caminando aquí en downtown. Vamos para un evento que se va a efectuar en ¿dónde?
27th Street.
27th Street. Es un evento con respecto a cámaras, ¿no? Y vamos a verla cada uno de nosotros. Estamos pasando ahora mismo, estamos en la 30. Estamos caminando para abajo. Okay.
And that's the High Line over there. Maybe we go see it.
Yeah.
Maybe we go see it later. I don't know if we have time.
Yeah.
Or we're not too tired.
Lo mejor lo podemos ver por allá. Ok. Estamos por aquí, por Manhattan. Ya mucho tiempo que no venía yo por acá. Estamos visitando por aquí a ver este evento que se va a efectuar en esta localización. Ok. Y está Noelia. Nos vemos dentro de breves. Huacata. Okay, we're ready here. You can see that. There are so many cameras. Sony. Noelia. Aquí el drone. Estamos esperando. Son. Estamos en la parte de abajo del basement y vemos algo diferente. Oh, to get my drone here. It's nice. Creating space. Ok, aquí estamos viendo nosotros una cámara. Parece un teléfono.
Pero no es un teléfono.
No es un teléfono. Very nice. Tiene una resolución tremenda. Very good. You can see here. Look at this.
You can change the exposure. Very compact. Autofocus. Everything you need that's in a camera but in a phone.
Yeah, but it's in the phone. That's nice. And the gimbal?
Yeah, this is the gimbal that you use to zoom in and zoom out.
You zoom in, zoom out, record. They don't have no price?
I think it's just for display. For you to look.
Hello, we here. Noelia. Estamos esperando por un momento de que va a haber una convención donde van a hablar sobre las cámaras que están últimamente de moda de aquí, de la Sony. Okay.
We're halfway there. Still a lot of great content to come. We're gonna see a little bit about drone footage now. We have the Airbnb, which some of you may be familiar with. We also have one here, right there. You see it right there. So we're gonna have a cinematographer who is very familiar and well versed with the Airbnb, and he's gonna tell us all about it.
A7R5 along with Airpeak, Sony's new drone. And I spent a few days exploring San Diego. And luckily I was able to get some great light and snap off some shots. So today, I want to touch on my experience with the A7R5 with Airpeak and talk about the highlighted features of these products in unison. The A7R5 is the ultimate combination for photographers who seek high-resolution, low-altitude aerial images. The A7R5 also packs a punch in the video category. And it's pretty incredible that a photo camera has this capability, up to 8K resolution. So, as for Airpeak, it was just launched last December, and Sony has been working hard at delivering new software updates nearly every month. That's pretty incredible. So let's get down to it and show some images. San Diego has an incredible coastline. And the first thing I think of this is clarity, and I love top-down shots. It really lets you grasp the lay of the land and the terrain. And this was on the 14 mil 1.8 GM. Let's talk glass. Here's my favorite trio of lenses for aerial photography. The 14 mil GM is incredible for landscape shots, but it's also good in low light situations. And then the new 16 to 35 power zoom is a game changer on Airpeak. There's a new firmware coming out that I was allowed to test, and this allows me on the fly to change that focal length. And that's incredible. In just one flight, I can get a bunch of different perspectives.
Because I don't have a channel on YouTube. But I'm Sarah Krieg. I am a content creator. I do commercial video and photos. I shoot hybrid for a lot of brands. And mostly I just post about my kids on Instagram because I refuse to monetize that page since my life is monetizing other people's. But I am proud to be here representing all the female photographers and filmmakers out there.
Ramona Freire, similar to Gerald, I have a YouTube channel. I shoot, most of the time I do YouTube, but sometimes I dabble into commercial projects, but like Gerald, a lot of my time right now is YouTube. So.
And your channel is better than Gerald's, right?
No, it's not. He's the nerdy one.
Do I need to stand back?
Only one of us can be the greatest.
Oh, your channels are amazing, and that's why you're here. Well, thank you. Let's talk about a few things. We've had a nice conversation earlier, actually, about what it means to be a content creator, a video creator, and so on. And I think one of the main points that everyone's noticing lately is the blurring of the lines between what is a video creator, what is a filmmaker. The technology has made it so much easier for us to blur those lines. And we've had some recent launches that are making that even easier, such as the FX30, so we're going to talk about that. But let's start with the Alpha 7R5 because that's what we're here for this week. You guys had a chance to play with it for a little bit. Gerald had it so he could do a review. It's a good hybrid camera, right? It's a camera geared toward photographers with amazing video capability. So let's talk a little bit about that and talk a little bit about hybrid photography and filmmaking or video making. So let's start with you, Gerald. What are your thoughts on the A7R5?
What was the question? I think it's great. What we were talking about earlier was that it's a photo-first camera, right? That's the idea.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Well, you guys just saw the A7R5, because Gerald had it for a little bit with a review, but you shoot with other Sony cameras as well. And I know that one of the benefits that our users are telling us about is the color science transfers over, depending on, regardless of which model you use. So what do you currently use? Let's tell everybody what are your main bodies that you shoot on for your content.
So for in my YouTube studio, my sort of main talking head camera is now an A7 IV. It was an A1 prior to that, an A7S III prior to that. So I definitely can, because to speak to what you said, I kind of try to make everything fast. So I have like presets in Resolve, like they're basically like little images that you can just drop.
I love that I just bring with me things like this, and then I have a 4. And I would like the R4 to become the R5, which I have not told my husband yet, but he's going to find out when I get home and be thrilled. But you guys keep rolling out great gear.
So as I mentioned, I use the FX. We have multiple FX3s, and then for client work, we just rent out cameras depending on what the project is. I stopped caring about buying like the most expensive, camera. It's not feasible. We incorporate the price of the project into the rental. So yeah, it's cool to own a Madness, but it's going to cost you almost $100,000 while fully rigged. It doesn't make sense. That's why we use the FX3, because it's going to give us that cinema quality. I can do so much stuff with that camera quickly, because time is money, especially when you have a bunch of kids and stuff. So it's like, and then for photos, I use the
S-Cinetone. I love S-Cinetone for that reason. I don't know all of you who are shooting out there in log, bless you. If I don't have someone color grading that footage, I'm like, I'm out. I have like 4 more things on my docket, and it saves so much time shooting in S-Cinetone. I find it to be.
Yeah, for quick turnaround, that's great. And then for photos, I use A1. But now that the R5 came out, it's like, ooh, it's just kind of like, even though I know it's photography first, it still has really incredible video features that you can kind of just use it as a whole package.
Yeah, I feel like anybody out here who thinks there's a photographer, if you're a photographer maybe, you also have the full kit to be a filmmaker or a videographer right now if you're shooting these Sony cameras. And it may not seem like it, but you do. And I think there's so much work out there for hybrid photographers. Every client wants video. And so I would encourage you all to explore and maybe watch some YouTube. I don't know if there's any tutorials out there on how to use these cameras, but get some knowledge and hit record and give it a try.
You guys had a chance to work with the FX30, which is the latest cinema line camera that we launched. Let's talk a little bit about that. You used the FX3, you tried out the FX30.
Yeah, I tried out the FX3. One of the things I think as Joe mentioned, or somebody mentioned, is the color science matches up really nicely with the FX3. So a lot of times we need, like, an example, when you're filming a YouTube video, or even if we're doing something production. So, like for YouTube, if I wanted to say a top-down shot, to invest in a more expensive camera, the FX30 that I can match with my FX3 is going to be great, or any other Sony camera. Or if you're doing client work for gimbal, because it is a Super 35, I'm able to get a little bit closer, and I can use these smaller lenses and fly it on the gimbal. And there's a lot of beautiful Super 35mm lenses that I cannot use with an FX3 because of full frame. There's no way to punch in. So the FX30 allows me to go back and use those type of lenses, and just gives me a different creative look.
Is 24-70, and that's usually what I use on camera 1 at all times. I don't know if it's being a woman and a mom, or I really love shooting wide open and like a motive bokeh type, like those Disneyland commercials of children running to Dumbo. That's my jam. I'm like 100% with the lens flare anytime I can get it. So my camera 2 almost always has like the 85 1.8, which I know sounds weird, but the 1.4 I find a little bit noisy for video. And I love that 85 1.8.
That was one of the first lenses I bought or something.
It's a great lens, and it's so affordable, and it looks incredible on video. I also have the 135, which looks great, but you really need to watch your stability. And those 3 go with me everywhere. And then I also have some Zeiss lenses, but I always use Sony first. But the Batis lens are pretty great too.
For YouTube, 24-70 is like our go-to. And then I used to do a lot of primes, like 50, but that's 70 to 200, which I just picked up. Oh my gosh. It's just B-roll king. That's like my new favorite lens.
Yeah, it's so good. Also, if I can just shout out, the Tamron 35 to 150 is excellent.
Thank you, Gerald. I so very much appreciate that.
I just feel like it'd be an injustice because like, that lens is always pointed at me as well. You know?
It's alright. Whatever's the best
But
lens for you.
I label a camera the one that has the 35 1.8 on it. That's the B camera that has the 10 on it. Okay.
Okay, alright. Of course, yes. You mentioned stability. We have the new power zooms. Little known fact, we're the only ones who make power zooms. Have you tried those out? Because that's a big major thing for video and for vlogging especially, right?
I like the new little one for the FX30.
Yeah.
It's a 10 to 20, right?
Yeah.
So you get like a, what is it, 15 to 30, like full frame equivalent field of view. And it's cute, and it works on the FX30.
Yeah.
So like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about the power zooms is they all are a little bit slower, I guess. Like except for the big, what is it, 16 to 35 is the power zoom.
It's a
right?
16 to 35, yeah.
I think that's the only one that's faster than F4. So
But like if we're shooting in 8K, we can zoom in post. You know what I mean? Like
that's when you do your power zoom.
yeah, that's when I do my power zooming. Unless I'm shooting The Office, I don't really do a lot of zooming in camera. But it is, you know, it's a fun technique. I like.
Rather than set the magnification,
Yeah.
you hold Option and like scroll on the X-axis. Like,
Let's just punch it in post sometimes. And it is nice that we have, especially because right now I think all of us are asked to shoot.
Hola, ¿qué tal? En estos momentos hemos terminado ya la producción de Expo. Aquí está Noelia. Aquí está Noelia.
Hello.
Aquí estoy yo. Y aquí está Leo Mari. Que la ven ahí. ¿Eh?
And
Y Jimmy. ¿Y dónde está Mari? Se están mudando ellos.
Estamos mudando, una mudanza. Mira,
Se están mudando. Mira eso. Mira qué cosa más bella. Yeah. Pues sí, aquí estamos grabando. Ya terminamos. Ahora vamos a comer un rato. Vamos a comer un sándwich que preparamos. Y volvemos dentro de unos minutos de nuevo con ustedes a donde estamos nosotros, ¿ok? Terminamos con Huacata.
welcome to the High Line.
¿Qué es lo que es la High Line?
The High Line used to be a train that passes through here back in like the 1900s, basically before Manhattan was even existed. And so this used to be the original train tracks.
So that means the train passed from here. Hubo un tren que pasaba por acá.
Yeah. So you'll see the train tracks over here. If you come and follow me, we will look at the original train tracks.
The original train track.
The original train tracks that used to pass through this part. And then they had to discontinue the train track because a lot of people died on it. So,
A lot of people die? Why?
because there were people who would commit suicide, and then also that's where the trope where, you know how in the muñequito, the robber, they tied the woman on the train track?
Uh-huh.
that's
Really?
that's where the whole thing comes. And see?
This is the original one.
Yeah. And you can walk on it.
So we're not afraid the train's gonna be passed from here. This is the train track.
There's a nice little table. You can eat the sandwiches and have a nice little picnic on the High Line.
You can see all the buildings.
And then another reason why the High Line,
Wow, that's nice.
another reason why the High Line became very famous is because if you keep walking, there's a lot of beautiful art, and there's a lot of very magnificent structures.
Oh, the building.
Yeah, building.
Well, you can see it from now. We're gonna be sit down here and eat right now. Después vamos a continuar. Okay? Huacata.
Hey, so we are recording
Yes.
and we finished eating our food, and now we're gonna go and walk the High Line. See you soon.
Bien, estamos caminando ahora en el Highline y Noelia tiene una información importante.
What? Oh, it's not in. I was just saying it's interesting that this was probably the ground level of New York before they started digging and then, I don't know, made buildings.
Before they make the building?
Just think about it in the spring when you see all the flowers coming out.
We woke up right now.
The train.
For the line for the train. It's over there.
Just have them as the last period of the day.
And we continue, so you can see pueden ver los edificios, cómo están diseñados. Y aquí vemos toda clase de personas que vienen.
That's it. You barely can see the train.
Yeah.
Unless you go close. Look at that view.
Manhattan.
And here is our very first magnificent architecture of the day.
¿Qué construcción es esa?
I don't know, the house. That probably cost $1 billion.
¿Y ahí viven personas o...?
Rich people, maybe.
Rich people? Okay. Allá lo vemos. Esos edificios que están hechos aquí. Lo vemos en breve. Guacata. El diseño de estos buildings. Esta es la línea del tren, las originales, la vía se ven. Aquí se ven los colores de la mata, como van cambiando. ¿Qué se llama? ¿De viuda?
You used to go inside this structure and climb all the way up to the top of the stairs, and you have this beautiful, beautiful view, right? And if you can't climb the stairs, they have an elevator that takes you to the top.
Okay.
But and then during the pandemic, a lot of people, you know, coronavirus and everything, everybody went crazy. And so a lot of people came over here, climbed to the top, and I don't know if I should say this on YouTube or not, but you know,
Ella quiere decir que en personas durante la pandemia parece que estaban deprimidos, se subían aquí arriba y de ahí se tiraban hacia abajo y se mataban, y por eso cerraron esta parte de aquí, entonces no se puede, no podemos subir, no podemos
Now
entrar.
you can only look at it and take pictures.
Solamente podemos hacer un view.
And then over here, the mall. I've been wanting to take mommy here. I think she would like to go to the mall. Yeah, it looks like up to like the 3rd floor, and that was it. I'm glad I got to experience it when everybody could still go in. But
It's very high. Let's go.
well, everybody, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoy.
Yes.
And any final words?
No, señores. Estamos aquí en Manhattan, estamos viendo la línea de aquí, del tren. Y vimos parte de las cámaras también de la Sony. Muy buena, por cierto. Pero quisimos venir por aquí también para ver un poco de la virtud de Manhattan, el diseño de los buildings y esas cosas. Así que
And we say goodbye to you right here in front of the honeycomb, aka the vessel. It's closed, but yes.
bye.
Say goodbye to the pigeon. Okay. No. All right. Bye.
Bye.